Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please leave a comment, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a 7 of Cups. All right, let's deal with this together. All right, we can do this. 7 of Cups is not always such a terrible card. Well, especially when we surround it with an Ace of Cups and an Empress, not to mention, Princess of Discs, Hermit energy, and the Luster Strength card. Whatever this 7 of Cups is, literally is no match for the rest of this really beautiful, wonderful energy. Let's finish up the path of the Serpent now. Wow. This is very significant for you. I think that there is, I think the scales are falling from our eyes. It feels, this feels very powerful, very significant right now. Let's select our mystery card. We're going to use, well, let's not use that one. Maybe we'll do 2 mystery cards today. So we're going to select one randomly. And this one we'll set down over here. Simon Ripley, the alien, will just hang out with that card. We're not going to look at that until the very end. And we're also going to take this one that jumped out of the deck, and we're going to just wait on that one too. Okay? We'll see when it feels right for us to look at that card. I didn't see what it was. It flipped over, I think, a couple times, but it landed like that. So we're just going to leave this here. We have, well, we've got major, 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 major. We have a straight path of real major spiritual energy here. This is a lot of spiritual progress right now. This is a big shift. I kind of feel like there are 3 phases to this, right? There's the Empress, there's the Hermit, and there's this lust or strength energy here. This is quite interesting. And we also have some earth. We have water. Over here we have earth, some air, and another major. So it's a fairly balanced thing. We don't have any small fire cards, pip cards, or wands energies. But this lust or strength, this is some very strong fire energy. This is the passion, the love, and lust for what we do, for our life. This is our zest. Right? You know, zest is not really my favorite word. I don't think I've ever used the word zest on this channel. But that's what I'm feeling right now with this this luster strength card. This is some good Leo energy. This is very powerful, very strong creative, very much in control of the magical fire, right? That creative fire, the flow, the passion, the commitment, the enthusiasm. The real zest is coming, right? This is a good one. I think right now, though, we're overcoming some stuff. This is a toxic feeling. This is almost like it seems so small now, like in the context of this other energy. But I think when we're down here in this 7 of Cups, we feel like we can't climb our way out. This is that quicksand that we talk about. This is feeling like we're stuck either in some kind of a pattern of thinking, emotions. We're stuck in a cycle of addiction, perhaps, or whatever it may be. It's not the best thing for us. Yeah, it's not where we want to be. And I feel like this is kind of at the center of things, right? Because it's in the middle of the path of the dove. It's the central issue right now. It's getting over this 7 of Cups. And this could be us we keep going back to the same things that hurt us, right? It could be a person, It could be a job, it could be feelings, it could be a substance, could be a food, could be anything at all. I think we keep going back to this, even though we realize that it's not really good for us, but we're having trouble. And I think the Hermit right now is not doing us very many favors, right? I think the Hermit is kind of us isolating ourselves from the world and returning to this thing. Again, it could be a relationship, right? It could be that we keep returning to the same person or the same type of person, the same type of substance or energy. And the Hermit really doesn't do us any favors here. The Hermit is, for some reason, feeling divorced from the world. Yeah. Getting a feeling like we've allowed a couple of different things. We allowed a particular event, a certain small portion of energy, right? A small piece of the pie, really. We've allowed it to affect us and put us into this Hermit mode and into this Seven of Cups. I think it might have to do with this Seven of Pentacles. This card's in the position of our environment. I think there was some kind of just because it's the keyword of the card, it's the title of the card, the Lord of Failure. There's been some kind of failure in our environment. We try to connect with someone, with something, with ourselves, with a job. We try to succeed at something. We wanted something. It didn't quite work out the way we wanted it to. But now our entire worldview is colored by this. Now everything seems like it's just a waste. Everything seems dark. Everything seems like has no potential, right? Everything's just kind of dull and lifeless. Because of this perhaps one thing that we didn't get, we didn't succeed at, didn't get the job we wanted, our relationship didn't work out. And maybe it's not just one, maybe it's a series of these things. But that's kind of where I'm going with this. It's this pattern. We see the world in this certain way, and it reinforces our Hermit and our Seven of Cups. You know, for us, really, when we're in this kind of energy, what we perceive is nothing but this. We just see there are all these other things out there. I can't see what they are, right? I don't know what they are. All I see is my environment looks like this, and I feel like this, and we just keep, this is the cycle, this is the pattern that we're in. We just keep bouncing back and forth. How we feel affects what we see. What we see affects how we feel. Our environment and our internal environment, right? External, internal. And the Hermit is someone that is just involved in this perception, has basically turned their back to all of these other energies. But what could these be? We don't even know. I don't remember what they were. The Hermit doesn't know what they were. Maybe the Hermit at one point did know. Maybe we had the Empress. Maybe the Hermit knew the Empress back in the day. Maybe this is the memory of a life that was successful and satisfying. You know, this is kind of, this is a little bit of remorse or regret or nostalgia, or just thinking the past was the better time, right? A little bit longing for the past. And you know, as I get older, I start to do that too. Like, back in my day, things were so much better. I don't know how much of that is true. I think a lot of that has to do with us not looking to the future. We're looking at the past and thinking it was so much better because what we are focused on right now is just what is not as good as this, right? We're just involved in this comparison between what's right in front of me right now and the past. You know, we're making those kinds of comparisons. Rather than trying to envision the kind of future that we want and going out and working toward it, achieving it. Now, it doesn't matter how old we are. I hope when I'm 120 years old, if I make it that long. It's getting close. When I'm 120 years old, I want to think, yeah, the past was good. But the future, well, look at the future. This is some zest, right? We can still, 120 years old, we can still have a zesty future, right? And I'm being a little silly, yeah, I know that, but why not, right? It's never too old to have aspirations, to have plans, to want passion and lust and excitement and this kind of, an experience that makes us feel good, it makes us feel alive, that sets us on fire, It's never too late for this. I feel like we're saying the same things, Pisces. I feel like we have this conversation a lot. But I hope now that maybe we're starting to see things from a different way. And that's why I'm trying some different tactics here than my usual spiel in these readings. Trying to switch it up a little bit. So maybe if we take the cards kind of one at a time, we can see how they're interacting with each other. Because see, now we've got this focus on the past and how good this was. Maybe this was the one that got away. Maybe this was that perfect life that we almost had. We got so close. Now Hermit is just 7 of Cups and seeing the rotten fruit. And thinking the rotten fruit is all I really have to live on. That's all I'm going to enjoy. Okay, well, I mean, it's your prerogative, It's your prerogative. But I don't think that's what you really want. Look at that Ace of Cups down beneath. This is what you really want. You want love and beauty and joy. You want the fountain of youth. You want to feel like you did when you were back here working on getting your best life, getting the one. Right? I think this is the best life that you had. Maybe you feel like you've peaked already, or that your best days are behind you, or this was the love that got away, or whatever it is. But you want that feeling again. You want to feel like you are just fully activated and fully in love, and you've got the passion, and you are going after that one, right? You're going after that life, that feeling. This is what you want. It's not, the details don't matter. That Empress card, the Empress card doesn't really matter. This is a symbol. This is a symbol of what you really want. These were the details. You're remembering the details. The person, the situation, the time, the car you drove, how nice your hair was, something like that, But the Hermit still has nice hair. Okay, we'll give that to the Hermit. Hermit still has nice hair. But those are the details, the feeling behind those details, what all of this really represents. That's what we want. We want that feeling again. The details are going to be different, well, because the past is the past, right? So maybe we should turn our eyes toward the future and start getting what we want. Let's start working toward that. So it's really a change in perspective, right? It's really just something that's going to turn that Hermit around. I think it has to be an act of will. Maybe mystery card number 1 is going to be that factor that turns our perception around, that turns this Hermit upside down. Now Hermit's looking at the future. Now the Hermit's looking forward. Well, what's above everything? Princess of Discs. This is kind of saying the sky's the limit. This is saying here that you're never too old to have everything that you want in life. This is the mechanism by which we create our best life, right? Because the Empress and the Princess of Discs are not too different. One's kind of a symbol, an archetype. One is really us out here generating this stuff, creating the details, doing the work, figuring out what it looks like, really painting the picture, building the life again, based on this Empress. This is kind of the prototype. This was our memory of when we almost had it in the past, and now we're going to try to create something similar again now. We have to understand that the materials are different, that the time is different. We're in a different place. We're different people. Right? We can still have that Empress kind of joy and love and satisfaction and affection, whatever this was. We can still have it. It's going to look different. The world is different. Our raw materials are different now. But this is infinite possibilities. It's saying everything that you need is out here. Everything that you need is out here. This is the spirit, and this is the manifestation of it. Okay. So really, when we look at both of these, we want this Ace of Cups in our world. We aspire to a life that is full of this love, water energy, that is fully satisfying. And to get that, we've got to take control of ourselves. We've got to get our vitality back. Maybe this is the card. Page of Cups. Page of Cups, finding the fish in the percolator, right? Appreciating the unexpected. Looking around, being open and aware for synchronicity, right? Being open to those little surprises, there's a fish in the percolator everywhere. We just have to be looking for it. One of those things that's something out of place, some kind of weird thing, a synchronicity, a person, an event, a word spoken by someone, a feeling, a song on the radio, anything that's just kind of catches our attention. We say, hey, did I just see that? We have to do a double take, right? The Page of Cups is someone who's beginning to appreciate the novelty of the world, the absurdity of it. There's a fish in the percolator, right? My little Twin Peaks reference. I love that show. Appreciating the absurdity, the surrealism of the world, yeah, the novelty of it all. I think it's through those little things, that we begin to get our vitality back. Now, when we get to Lust or Strength card, this is like, you got to take your medication, and you've got to, don't push yourself too hard, okay? Drink a lot of water, get your exercise, My wife and I, we really want to get a rowing machine. We've always wanted one. Because we don't get to the gym as much as we used to, right? So when we get this machine, if we end up getting it, going to have to start slow, right? I'm liable to pull my back out again. Sprain an ankle or something, I don't know. So this is that vitality, this is that zest, again, that I think is created kind of moment to moment, step by step. Well, we've got to be careful with it. Obviously, we have to get some control and some discipline over it. You can't go running marathons right away. You haven't even jogged around the block in years. You can't go doing one of them Spartan races, You got to start slow. You got to build your stamina up again, right? And maybe we are talking about like a fitness routine. Maybe we are talking about getting back out and just enjoying life, right? Getting out of this cycle of hermit that we've been in. Getting out of these sevens, right? I like to shake things like we're in an iPhone. Getting out of the sevens. Because this is the pattern that we just keep repeating. We got to get out of there. And we get out of there by focusing on the oddities, focusing on the shadows instead of the object. Let's look between the moments. Let's look between the lines, between the leaves of the tree. Let's look, let's find the unexpected, right? Let's find the magic. I want to use a Castaneda quote here, but I can't think of the right one. But I'm kind of thinking of his Art of Dreaming, where he talks about we have to shift our perspective. We have to start finding all of the mystery and magic and novelty in the world. It's right in front of us. It's in the shadows between objects, right? It's in the background things. When you look at something, you usually see the object, right? The kind of the light that's reflecting off of things. Let's change that. Let's look behind it or through or into an object. Let's look at the dark places between two objects. That's where we'll find those mysteries. Let's look at our peripheral vision rather than our direct sight. That's where we're going to see those mysteries. And that's where I think we're going to get this sense of zest and vitality and passion for life back. And then from this, we can create whatever life we're really looking for, whatever this means to you. If it's a different place to live, if you want a different vocation, a different career, a different state of health and wellness, right? A different focus, or whatever it is. Different creative expressions. But now we're going to the path of the serpent. Now I don't remember what's even over here. 9. 9th, but now we feel like we can actually get stuff done. Now we're seeing visible signs of progress. This is that workout routine that now you wake up in the morning, you feel stronger. Maybe it's only been a couple days, but damn, I feel better. Just a few days with this stuff here, and you're already seeing progress. You're already making gains. Just a couple of days, a couple of hours away from this. Damn, I'm feeling better. I'm seeing progress already. It's going to be that quick. But you have to look for it. You have to accept it. We can't always look at what didn't work. We can't look at how much progress we didn't make. Be like, oh, I started working out. God, how come I'm not like, Arnold Schwarzenegger already? I don't know. I think I just showed my age there by referencing Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know who the big archetype of bodybuilding would be right now. But how come I'm not absolutely perfect and have everything I want right now? It must not have worked, right? Because we're choosing to focus on the lack of success, the lack of progress, that we're not seeing the little things, for one. We're not seeing the fish in the percolator. We're not seeing what kind of gains we did indeed make. Yeah, you're not going to just get ripped overnight. But even in one day, even 24 hours later, you can see a difference. You can feel a difference somewhere. Even if it's just mental, even if it's just psychosomatic, that's what we focus on. Those are those little things. If we wake up the next morning and we say, I feel better, I can breathe easier, I can move better. Maybe not, right? Maybe it's just we're just convincing ourselves. But that's the idea. We're convincing ourselves because that's going to keep us motivated. That's going to build up this zest and lust for life to keep going, to get over this 7 of Pentacles. And what's next? I don't remember. 4 of Swords. That's kind of a bummer, right? That's kind of This is the card that we don't want. The position on the path of the serpent here, this is what we don't want. We don't want a 4 of Swords. We don't want, hey, just calm down and take your medicine and relax, right? Don't cause a ruckus in the care home or whatever it is, right? I can hear people saying that to me eventually. Hey, calm down, Grandpa. Right? Just calm down. Take your medicine. That's not what we want. We don't want to calm down. We don't want to just accept. 4 of Swords. It's all about just being okay with how things are. Right? Complacency. It's the Lord of Truce. Nobody wants a truce. We don't want to have a ceasefire. Right? We haven't solved our problem, the reason why we're fighting. We haven't solved the problem. We're just both agreeing to just stop fighting it. We know you're not happy, but this is just how things are. Stop rocking the boat. This is what we don't want, okay? This is what we're not going to tolerate. At the same time, we still need peace of mind. We still need to be okay mentally and understand that, yes, maybe we'll never make enough gains that we're going to be, Arnold Schwarzenegger. But we have to be okay with that. We have to allow ourselves a little reality check. And I think that's why this card is here. It's what we don't want. We don't want the complacency, but we need the peace of mind. We need the mental stability to say, look, I have reasonable expectations for what I'm doing. I don't think I'm going to get a row machine and suddenly I'm going to be 20 years old again and I'll live to be, 300. There's reasonable expectations for what I can accomplish given the time that we have, the resources that we have, and how much zest and vitality I'm creating or discovering in my life. That's why we have that. But what's the final card? The Wheel of Fortune. See, the Wheel of Fortune is really good because I feel like this is the sanction of the whole reading. This is saying, yes, you can do this. This is yours right now. Is the Wheel of Fortune, it's at the Wheel of Time. Is it saying that, look, you had your moment and you squandered it, so now it's too late? No. Every moment is, every point on the wheel is either the beginning or the end, depending on how you look at it. If you draw a circle, you don't really know where the circle starts. There's no beginning. There's no end. Right? In certain moments, the wheel kind of meets with the ground, right? And at certain moments, you have the contact, right, between your tire and the road. But there's no beginning and no end. So the beginning is whenever the rubber meets the road. Whenever you start doing it, that's the beginning. Right? You didn't miss out on anything. There's no such thing as timing. There's no such thing as being too late for something like this. As soon as you start putting in the effort and you start finding that novelty, finding these little magical reasons, motivations, these little oddities, that's when time starts. That's the beginning. Okay? Let's look at the mystery card. Mystery card number 2. Thank you, Alien, for your assistance here. Now we're going to see what Simon says about this reading. Might have to make some graphics or something for the channel. Every time we do the mystery card, we can have a little trumpet music and, Simon says. Because this is going to bring us the final, hopefully the final confirmation, hopefully the final kind of wrap up for all of this, right? But what do we think it's even going to be? I personally think I'd like to see a stability, but a fulfilling stability, a 6, a 10. Hopefully of pentacles or of cups, right? It's a 7 of swords. I really couldn't be more wrong, right? I couldn't be more wrong with it. This is saying, look, you're going to commit to this despite the world around you telling you it's too late, you're too old, it's ridiculous, don't do it, the timing's off. Despite every effort of the world to convince you to just, hey, take your meds, Grandpa, calm down. Despite everything in the world that's going to tell you no. Even your own mind, your own feelings, thoughts, trying to convince you to just stay here in the 7s. Everything that's going to try to convince you to do this, you're going to stay committed. Right? 7 of swords. This is futility. Nothing can prevent you from doing this. Not even your own mind, your own thoughts, not the opinions of others. Nobody can, by default, prevent you from doing this. You can certainly choose not to. You can let go of the swords. You can ignore this and just stay what we saw with Hermit and the 7s here, cups and pentacles. I don't think you're going to, though. I think we're gonna start the clock right now, and we're gonna put our boots on the ground here. We're gonna start doing the work. Yeah. We're also gonna start doing the extended, and if you would like to stick around, just click up here. That'll give you access to everything. Okay. I want to thank you for being here. And thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.